don't know who called it morning sickness. It definitely does not go away after the morning goes away. Like, you are going to be sick all day. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Fabeli and I do videos on pregnancy, and later on it will be more on baby and mommy life. On today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about my first trimester. I'm going to be doing a little recap of the symptoms I had, some of the things I used that helped or didn't help, and some of the things I consider a must-have for a first trimester. So definitely stick around. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And here we go. So like I said earlier, this video is going to be a little bit of a recap of my first trimester, which I'm super excited about. I feel like the first trimester is one of the most important ones. So there's definitely a lot of things that you should know about the first trimester. I did have a little bit of a confusion of the first trimester. I thought that it ended at the end of week 12. So when I'm on the apps, you know, the apps where you track your pregnancy, so when I get to week 13 and then I see that it tells me, oh, you're on the last week of your first trimester, I was a little bit confused because I thought I was done with it. The first trimester was actually a very hard one for me, so it was not an exciting moment. For the first weeks, how I found out. I actually found out I was pregnant before I was 4 weeks. My period wasn't even due yet. I just had a feeling, and we actually already had a pregnancy test from the month before. But I just had a feeling that I was pregnant, because we weren't really preventing getting pregnant. But that day I just decided to take the pregnancy test. Obviously it came back positive, but even though you know that you're pregnant, the minutes that you're waiting for that pregnancy test to say positive, it's like so many things go through your mind. Like, you don't know what to expect. That's exactly what happened. Like, once I saw that the pregnancy test was positive, and again, I knew that I was gonna come out positive, I was just in shock. I was in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I was super excited, and right away I called my gynecologist. I called them. You do have to wait a little bit longer for them to see you, but they scheduled me in for a blood test at about 5 weeks. I went in. Obviously, the pregnancy test came back positive, and then they schedule you for a ultrasound. My ultrasound, I was about 6 weeks, and you know, this ultrasound, if you do go around the same time that I went, you might not see much. You know that Friends episode where Ross is trying to show Rachel like the little heartbeat and she can't see it? It was kind of that way. I kind of felt like Rachel at that point, because I kept trying to see it. It took a little while, but I was able to see it, and that moment, it was amazing, because since you have since you have a few weeks in between the moment you find out you're pregnant until you actually have that ultrasound, it's like seeing that, it's like the reassurance of you're pregnant. Like, there's something in your stomach. So that moment was really, it was amazing. Again, that was about 6 weeks, and it's more, I feel like it's a very significant moment, because like I said, it's a reassurance that you're pregnant. You know, you're still not showing, you're still not really having any symptoms. So this is kind of like that thing telling you you're pregnant. You're about to grow a little human in your stomach, in your belly, you know, right here. So it was a very important moment. It was probably one of the most important ones for the first trimester. Also, with knowing that you're pregnant, it's like, it's when everything kicks in. It's like your body already knew. It was just waiting on you to catch on, to throw you all of these symptoms that there are for pregnancy. Now, by week 7, that's when it all started to really kick in. The nausea, just, you know, it was crazy. I was nauseous every day from the beginning of the day until the end of the day. I don't know who called it morning sickness. It definitely does not go away after the morning goes away. Like, you are going to be sick all day. I threw up pretty much once, at least once a day, and this lasted for a while. It lasted until about week 13 or 14. So after my first trimester. So everyone's different. You might not have the same experience that I had, but mine was a tough one. You might also start feeling heartburn, which is really annoying. I only felt it like right here. Some people feel it like in their chest, but mine was only here. It was really annoying. I felt like that kind of made my nausea even worse, because you just have like this weird feeling on your throat. I tried different things. I tried snacking every time I felt nauseous or I felt that. I tried eating crackers. I tried so many things, which I'm actually going to get a little bit more into later on in the video. So if you want to know more about the things I tried, make sure you stick around. But I tried so many different things. They would work for like a week or two, and then it's like I would become immune to it, and then I would have to try something else. It was just, nothing really worked. They would just work for a little bit and then just stop completely working. You might also feel bloated all the time. It might feel like you are starting to show, but you're just really bloated. But then you're also really hungry all the time. You're bloated, but then you're hungry. But then you really can't eat much, because after you eat, you might not keep it down. It's all over the place. I had no cravings. I didn't have any cravings. It was more of like, if somebody mentioned something, I wanted that. But it wasn't like randomly, oh, I want pizza. No, like, actually I hated pizza. I could not stand the smell or the taste of pizza. Every time if I would have a slice of pizza, I needed to throw up after that, because I just felt disgusting. I started to hate the smell of everything. Nobody could cook around me, because I either had to leave the room, I had to leave the house, wherever I was. Like, if someone was cooking meat, I had to leave, because I just could not stand the smell. My husband also, he has this lotion that he used to put on every night before going to sleep on his face for his skin. I feel bad for him, because I made him take it off multiple times, because I just could not stand the smell of this lotion. Like, your sense of smell becomes so strong, and so many things just become so disgusting, so gross to you. So that was another thing. I couldn't stand the smell of a lot of things. So you're probably in survival mode for like your first trimester. You're just pretty much eating whatever you can stomach at that point. You're eating whatever doesn't make you feel sick. You're eating whenever you feel hungry, whenever you feel nauseous. So again, you're in survival mode. You're just trying to see what actually helps. Now by week 9, that's when I started to have trouble sleeping. I wasn't really having the vivid dreams yet. That started a little bit later on, but I was just having really like bad sleep. That's also when the shortness of breath started, and it has not stopped. If you have not noticed this whole video, I'm like so out of breath. It's so hard to talk. With the bad sleep, then you start feeling exhausted all the time. I had no motivation to do anything. All I wanted to do was just stay in bed. If I wasn't in bed, I was in the living room in the couch watching TV. Like, that is all I wanted to do. I did no chores whatsoever on my first trimester, which I feel bad for hubby, because he had to do everything pretty much. You go from your bed to your couch, bed to your couch, bed to your couch. That's pretty much my routine whenever I was home. A few other symptoms that you might experience is actually being super clumsy. You're just gonna be super clumsy. You're gonna bump into everything. might trip with everything. You're gonna be super clumsy. You're gonna be super thirsty. So again, make sure you keep water with you at all times. And with drinking so much water, you're gonna be peeing all the time, because this thing is gonna be pushing to your bladder and you're gonna wanna pee all the time. Pregnancy brain is a thing. So that's another thing that you might start experiencing. It is a thing. I don't have crazy stories yet of like pregnancy brain forgetting stuff. But you know, you do become very forgetful during pregnancy. Oh, your boobs become very, very sore. They start growing, they start hurting. So they're going to be very sore. That's actually one of the first things I started feeling once I became pregnant. Your boobs are going to be so sore. I'm sorry, it's just gonna hurt. And that's just the beginning. It does get a little bit better after though. My bra, none of my bras fit. I am actually already wearing, what are they called? See? Pregnancy brain. I'm actually wearing either a sports bra or the maternity bras already. So you know, if you have some sports bra, try to wear them more often, because your bras are just not gonna fit. You're going to have this terrible taste in your mouth, like a metal taste. It's just horrible. This was another one of those things that made my nausea even worse, because it would only go away if I was eating something. As soon as I was done eating, it was right back. Like, it was just horrible. I tried brushing my teeth as often as I could. It just not helped. It was a terrible taste. It does go away probably when your first trimester is done, but it's horrible. I had so many mints to try to help it, but it's the horrible taste. Okay, so now I'm actually going to share some of the things that I consider must-haves for the first trimester. A lot of these things were the reason why I survived this first trimester. Again, they might not work for you. You might have other things that work for you and didn't work for me. But you know, I still wanted to share them so that you can try them, see if they do work for you. So the first thing I have is this pregnancy pillow. This thing is a lifesaver. Like I mentioned earlier, I had trouble sleeping, so having that really helped. Another thing I have is this, it's like a back support. It goes like right here. Let me see if you see me, if I get up. It goes like right like this, and it supports your belly. Again, you might not be showing much, but it is nice to have that little support, so that your back is not hurting so much. This one is a really good one. Something else that really helped were crackers, obviously. Doesn't have to necessarily be this one. Again, this is just the one that I like. This is one that I would always get. I also had, I don't know what they're called. I don't have them anymore. It's like the ones that come in a round can, like a green can. Saltine crackers. Those are also amazing. You could try those. Something else I have is obviously a water bottle. This is what I take to work. I'm actually looking to purchase a bigger one. This one is only 25 ounces, so I'm trying to find a bigger one. I do want the same material so that it can keep the water cold, but just make sure that you keep one around whenever you go somewhere. Just bring your own water bottle with you so that you're not always thirsty. When you're home, when I'm home, I just have a cup of water around me all the time, because you're gonna be super thirsty. Obviously, you're also going to need your prenatal vitamins. My OBGYN, this is the brand that they recommended me. It's 2 of them, is Optrex. I believe that's how you say it. So when you go to your OBGYN, they might recommend you a brand. There's also some that you can get for from grocery stores that you could try. Just make sure that your doctor is okay with them. And following up with that, you're also going to need Tylenol, because it's the only thing that you could take while you're pregnant. Tylenol, and I believe they say it's okay to have some over-the-counter medication for if you feel a little bit sick, but pretty much I only try to take Tylenol and like natural remedies and stuff like that. So I also have these Tums that I would have one or two whenever I had heartburn. Sometimes they helped, you know, you could try them out. It's these right here. I also have some cinnamon mints. These helped for a while. Whenever I would feel nauseous, I would just have one of these and it would actually help. And something also that I highly recommend is having some sort of either oil or lotion to put on your belly to prevent stretch marks. They do say that stretch marks are genetics, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try something. The one that I'm trying right now is this one. It says it's called Hydro Oil. I love it. I have been using it for a little while now. It smells really good. My sister-in-law actually gave it to me because she just had a baby not too long ago, so she had this left over. I really like it. I believe it's the same thing as the bio oil. The bio oil was something that a lot of people recommended. This one I believe is the same thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then there's also, I also used this cocoa butter formula. It's the tummy butter for stretch marks. I don't know if it's, this one's also really good and it smells delicious. I did try this one as well. Either one of those or even other brands you could try. Again, it's just to kind of prevent it. I'm not sure if it would really just make sure that you don't get any stretch marks. You might still get some, but it might help. You know, it doesn't hurt to try. Of course, you're also going to want to download the pregnancy apps so that you can keep track of your pregnancy. You know, they show you some of the things that you should be feeling around the week that you're at, the size of baby, which is really cute to see. Let me tell you the ones that I have. I have a few because I just like reading all this information. I want to know as much as possible. I have what to expect. I have Ovia pregnancy. I have the bump, and I have baby center. Those four, obviously they might say the same information, but you know, it's great because they tell you, they might tell you something different that the other one doesn't have. It's just really nice to have. Other things that I've tried, the crackers, the cinnamon mints, crushed ice, popsicles. I would smell alcohol. They say that smelling alcohol helps with nausea, so I had a bottle of alcohol right next to me. Not drinking alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I would have one right next to me so that I can smell it whenever I would feel nauseous. Some people try essential oils. I never tried them, so I'm not sure. But some people do try essential oils. I tried ginger ale. Did not help me at all. It would help like the first 2 sips, and then I would become nauseous of drinking the ginger ale. Or you can just simply take a bath. Take a bath, take a shower, and it might help you. So my camera died. But I'm back. I forgot to mention earlier is that you become very emotional during pregnancy. There was actually a time where I was craving hot dogs, and I was specifically craving Costco hot dogs. My co-workers were talking about how amazing these hot dogs were, so I had to have a Costco hot dog. My husband and I, we went to Costco, but since we don't have a Costco membership, the lady at the front was not letting us in. Tell me how we considered getting a membership just to get these hot dogs. Obviously we didn't. I was very upset. I actually started crying because I wanted these hot dogs so bad. but I had to settle for other ones. They were not good at all. But yeah, you will become very, very emotional. So get used to it. Your emotions are going to be all over the place. You might feel happy one minute, you might feel extremely mad the next. You might start crying right after that. Like it's all over the place. But yeah, you start feeling all these sorts of emotion, and it's because, you know, in less than 8 months, your life is about to completely change. So all these things are going through your head. All these things are going through your mind, and it's normal. It's normal to have all these emotions because it's a very big life-changing event. You're having a baby. You start to become anxious, happy, excited, sad, scared, all these sorts of emotions. But trust me, it gets better. You know, the more time goes by in pregnancy, the more you get used to it, the more you learn about your pregnancy, the more you learn about baby. So it does get better. Just, you know, you'll be fine. One thing I do recommend though is that you don't compare yourself to other moms. Don't compare to other friends that you may have that are pregnant at the same time as you, or don't compare to women you see on YouTube. Now, don't compare yourself to any other pregnant woman, because your journey is your journey, and you should never compare it to anybody else's because it's yours. Also, take lots of belly pictures. I do have to be honest, I have not been taking as many as I should, but I do recommend that you take as many as you can because it's cute to see the progress that you're making in your pregnancy. It's cute to compare week per week or month per month. So take as many pictures as you can, and yeah, just remind yourself to take it easy. You know, rest as much as you can, drink as much water as you can, eat whatever you can. You know, this is a life-changing journey that you're gonna go through, and it's an amazing one. Yeah, it's a hard one at the beginning, but it's amazing. You know, with my nephews, when I first met them, it was one of the best things in my life. So I can't wait to experience that with my own baby. I'm super excited. So yeah, just enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can put somewhere around here my a few pictures, or the last picture I took on my first trimester, so that you guys can see. Let me show you now. This is my belly now at 21 weeks. But anyways, guys, that was pretty much my experience through my first trimester. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not no professional in health, so make sure that before you try anything, you do consult with your doctor. And again, you might not have the same experience that I had. You might not have the same symptoms. You might have less or more. But this is just my journey. This is what I experienced and things that worked for me. So I would really like for you to comment at the bottom any symptoms that you had, anything that you tried for your pregnancy that worked, anything that you know, you've heard that might work. So anything that you want to go ahead and comment, make sure you comment below. Any questions that you may have, anything else that you might want me to talk about. Again, I am open to any suggestions you guys have, anything, any questions. So again, don't forget to comment below, and I really hope you liked this video. So don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye guys.